As an introvert, I have a love-hate relationship with networking, internally or externally. So that sounds awesome, but also like a nightmare. But no, I think there's so much value in that, right? Like, how else are we supposed to break down silos if we don't talk to each other? We have to talk to each other. We have to get to know each other. Development is a lot about relationship building, but so is everything else in our organization. I'm not the only department that should focus on that. And I also love what you said about giving people ownership over projects. I think that's a really great way as well to not force collaboration, but really make every team member feel appreciated and valued and like they have control over something. Because I know that sometimes in our organizations, it's easy to feel like we're just carrying out, we're just spinning our wheels, right? We're doing the same thing every day, or a new directive has come down from the executive director or another department lead or something, and we're just doing what we can to stay afloat. But if we can each take ownership over something, even a small project, I think that's really motivating for folks. And I also wanted to go back to what Joanna said about having a culture of collaboration. I have primarily worked within really small organizations of less than 20 employees, where we pretty much have one or two people in each department. And it's easy to get siloed that way. And it's easy to feel like we're all like just stuck in our own tasks and things and not being able to break out of that. But I feel like that's a culture problem. And that comes from leadership. We really need leaders who understand the value of working together and not trying to keep things in. There's value to staying in your own lane, but we don't always have to do that. Like, we can, sometimes somebody else needs to take over driving for a little while. We each specialize in our own thing, and tapping into one another's strengths and abilities is really what is going to help us move forward. And that's something that I have tried to do in smaller organizations, is to really empower people to take leadership over things. If we don't already have that culture of collaboration and ownership over projects, we can still do that. Even if we don't have that support from above, we can make that work. Years ago, I read a really great book called Monday Morning Leadership. It's a very short book, but I love that book because it teaches folks who are not in management or leadership roles how to have leadership within their organizations, whether that's in their own department or if that is just taking leadership over increasing everybody's morale. We can each take leadership in our organizations, even if we don't have a title for that. And it just strengthens us. It makes us work better.